Cats, they whine and complain all day long. Their litter's not clean, their water bowl's empty, their food's only half full, but guess what? It's empty to them. It stinks. That attitude flat out stinks. But you know what else stinks? Your litter. In comes this. A box. But it's not this box that matters, it's what's inside. A box that they'll be happy taking a poo and pee in, and a box that they'll be happy sitting in. You hear that? Your days of scooping are over. I'm an upside down cat. In your litter box 3 box, you're going to get your litter robot, power source, and your documentation. We're gonna set this up. After removing your existing cat litter box and sweeping the area, attach the power cable, replace your litter mats, and fill in the litter box. I was used to using 3 to 4 inches of litter in my normal litter box. But with this new litter box, I made the mistake of dumping the whole thing in. You really just need a little bit of litter. So make sure that you only fill to the line, actually just below the line that's on the inside. The final step is to add the litter bag in the box on the bottom. This is what's going to store all the used litter. The process is automated. It will store the litter behind this grate and then allow for the used litter and any excess litter to go down the hole, which will now be on the bottom. Shadow be like, "Where my poo and pee going, yo?" After the cycle is done, the litter will return from behind the grate. This automated litter system is great for when you have dogs that like to dig in the box for tasty poop treats. Sorry, Trinity, no poop for you. And look, we have our first customer, Shadow. Replacing the full litter bag is super simple. Pull the box down at the bottom, remove the old bag, and you're ready to put a new bag in. As an expected parent, this litter box has several pros. My extremely pregnant wife is expecting here in a few months. She should not be cleaning the litter box, and our son doesn't enjoy cleaning it either. I used to clean the litter box all the time when I was living on my own before we got married, and I've had a regular litter box for years. This one just makes it pretty super simple to maintain. I generally wait many days now before I even do anything with the litter box other than maybe verify the litter level, which after you remove the used litter from the bottom, you should add some litter in just to top it off. This brings the added benefit of if you have to go out of town for several days, you don't have to have your neighbor or a friend or family member come over and clean your litter box every day. You can just have the litter box clean itself, and when you come back from the trip, just check to see how full it is. This litter box is not really too much bigger than your normal litter box, but you do need to make sure that you have space. I made the mistake of setting it up initially on putting it on a mat. That is a no-no. They do not want you putting the Litter Robot 3 on a mat. Also, don't push it up against any furniture or up against the wall. It won't function properly, apparently. Or it might just be really noisy echoing through the walls. And the last great advantage I'd like to talk to is the app that this comes with. It tells you all the details you need to know about what we called our little pooper, how full the litter is, if the cats have been using it, if there's any sensor faults like we've discovered happens if you fill the litter box too much. It allows you to set the time of how long you want to wait after the cat uses the litter box before it cycles through. It also gives you details on when your cats use it and how often or average time that they use it. It also allows you to control the cat litter box from anywhere because it's connected wirelessly to your home Wi-Fi. And now for the cons. When you remove the litter bag, there might be litter below it, so it doesn't do a great job of capturing loose litter when it's dumping. And you can also see from the inside, some of the loose litter gets caught before it actually gets into the bag. Sometimes when I get home, I've noticed that it doesn't actually run the cycle, or there's still used litter in the cycle that I have to tell it to run. Though it is a pro that after it dumps the litter out, it does help with the smell a little bit. The smell isn't completely gone. It is a lot more manageable than when my cats decide to use the litter box and leave their poop uncovered. It still needs to run the cycle, and even after it goes to the hole, it's not foolproof sealed. On the litter box where the litter is stored, the used litter, there's a filter there to help manage smells. You will still get used poop litter smell in your house. The inside of this does get pretty dirty. Did I talk about loose litter? Because the cats will still get litter everywhere. As you may have seen, Shadow jumps out of the box. They just pull the litter out on their paws and it still gets everywhere. Don't think of this as a solution to have litter-free area around your litter box. And I think the last con goes back to how full the box can be. You'll see on the inside there's this line, it's the fill line. If you fill up more than that, the box is going to have issues. There is a weight limit to what the cats can be, and there's kind of a weight minimum to what the cats can be. I believe cats have to be at least 5 pounds in order to use the box, and it's not that they can't use the box, it's in order for the box to sense them there. Otherwise, you're basically going to tell the box after you notice that the cats use it to run the cycle. So they have to weigh at least 5 pounds. On the other hand of things is if you go over that fill line and your cat is too heavy, the litter box is going to trip a sensor saying that there is a sensor fault. When I recorded my review, I had removed a bunch of stuff from my phone, which included photos of the cat sensor fault. But here it is now. It happened last night. All this fault means is that there's too much litter in your litter box and it weighs too much when your cat goes in it for it to function properly. There's 2 ways to get around this. The first way, remove some litter. The second way, just let it cycle and do its thing, and eventually over a couple of days there will be enough litter moved out of it. Unfortunately, this doesn't work if you are filled more than that fill line in the box. You want to be a little bit below that fill line. A simple solution for the manufacturer, if you're watching this, would be make an XL version of the Litter Robot 3, or put beefier motors in there that can support a little bit more weight. Now back to why not having 3 to 4 inches of litter in your litter box is a bad thing. When you can only put in a little bit of litter, sure, you can let it go for several days before you have to change the bag out. It takes us about 5 to 7 days before we have to change the bag out on average. Now you have less litter in there, so you have to maintain that low litter amount before you change the bag. And finally, price. Any automated system for cat litter is going to cost. When we took a look at this, my initial thought was, why am I going to spend so much money on something that I can do manually? I can get a little scooper for a few dollars, and regular cat litter box is not that expensive. Scoop it myself every day. Over the last several weeks using this, it feels like it's much more of a benefit to not have to do that every single day. And I ask myself, why didn't I do this sooner? As far as the cats using the litter box, they got used to it on day one. We put it in the same exact place that they're used to the litter box. We used their old litter, so they are familiar with the smell. They haven't really been too timid by it, but it's been kind of funny to see them use it and then a little bit later watch as it cycles, watch and awe as it spins around. Volume wise, it's not that loud. We can hear it when we're out in the living room, which is where we have it. Behind the wall, we can tell it's running if we're listening for it. As you can hear, I've actually included how loud it is recorded with my phone camera, which is what I'm recording on now. With 2 cats roaming our house, my wife and I can't be happier with our purchase of the Litter Robot 3. Now this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. We purchased it outright. I don't have any discount codes to give out to anybody. If you have cats, I would recommend looking into an automated system. Ours, the Litter Robot 3, is doing a fine job. That's going to do it for today's video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this video out. If you have anything that you'd like us to test out or like me to test out, regular household things, random things that you're curious about, if we have a need for it, we can get it. I'll test it out, see what my thoughts are, and make a video. By the way, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.